When I was 12 I almost touched a 6-year-old. When I was 12 I was babysitting for a family that lived down the street. Their daughter was 6. The family was close to ours. One night when I was babysitting I was playing with the girl and tickling her and I suddenly became really curious what she looked like. I reached down to grab her underwear and was about to pull them down when she said my dad said no one is supposed to look down there. That immediately snapped me out of that place and I just told her he's right, never let anyone touch you down there, and we went back to playing. Our family stayed close with theirs for years and I babysat many more times and I never even considered doing it again. They eventually moved away about 6 years later. I had completely forgotten about that night until I was in my 30s and I had a dream about it. I woke up and immediately remembered what had happened. That was about 10 years ago and every now and then I still think about it. I have my own girls now and I gave them the same advice that man gave his daughter in hopes that if someone thinks about doing it to them, they will ask them to stop, and they will, like I did. I am glad I never did anything, but I feel guilty that I even considered it and I hope it didn't do anything to that little girl. I told my brother that I wouldn't attend his wedding. Me, M25, and my brother, M28, have never had a good relationship and it only got worse after I came out as gay. Luckily our relationship has gotten a bit better over the last 2 years. In those 2 years he met his fiancée. Me and her never got along because she doesn't like gay people. In her mind we are sick. I had an argument with her once and she told me that I needed help because, in her words, I am sick in the head and need professional help. It's not the only thing she has done and said to me, but I don't want to get into details. So my brother came to visit a couple days ago. It was a surprise since he doesn't visit often. I let him in and we started talking. He told me he was getting married and I congratulated him. We talked for a while longer and then he tells me that he has to tell me something. I asked him what was wrong and he tells me that he wants me to attend his wedding without my husband and instead bring a girl. I asked him why I can't attend with my husband and he tells me that it is how his fiancée wants it and that I should accept it since it would only be for one day. We got in an argument and I told him that he shouldn't expect me to attend since I wouldn't be there. After I said this he told me that I'm an asshole and accused me of not wanting him to be happy. He left and a couple hours later my mom called me. She asked what was wrong because my brother told her that we had a fight. I told her what happened and she told me that she would like to see me attend his wedding but that she understands if I don't. My father on the other hand messaged me telling me that I'm an asshole for hurting my brother's feelings, but his reactions are nothing new. Honestly I want to attend his wedding because he is my brother and I love him, but as things stand I will not go. I opened up a secret bank account that my husband doesn't know about. My husband, 45M, and I, 33F, have been married for a few years and have 2 beautiful children together. Our marriage has been going well so far. He comes from a wealthy family and has a high-paying job. I on the other hand came from a very poor family and needed to use credit cards and student loans to stay afloat and get a reasonably paying job. He is an attorney and I'm a paralegal, but I've been a stay-at-home mom since our youngest was born. Before we got married I was paying my debts aggressively. When we got married I closed all of my credit cards and bank accounts because we opened a joint account. Now I'm feeling like I made the wrong decision closing all of my savings and checking accounts. What if something goes wrong? I will have nothing. For that reason I opened up a secret bank account for a rainy day. I used the spending money that he gave me to open the account. Update: I told him and it wasn't a big deal. He agreed that it's a good idea to have a safety net. I tan topless in front of my dad. My husband, 29M, is mad at me, 26F, for topless tanning even though he is the one who asked me to do it. We live in Europe where topless is pretty common even though I only do it with my husband, when we are with no one we know. That's not a rule we set up, that's just me. This weekend my father was visiting us, and on Saturday we went on one of these small pedal boats that also has a deck. We had not planned to do it as it is almost impossible to get one of them without booking, but we walked by and saw one so we rented it. Both my dad and my husband jumped in the lake and enjoyed, but I just sat on the deck because I didn't have a bikini. Then my husband told me to just remove my dress and tan, and I said no I can't. My dad wouldn't hear that. Then my husband said after a few minutes, it's such a nice day and I know you'll be frustrated, so honestly just do it if you want, and I thought yeah why not. So then I removed my dress and tanned. The afternoon went well, we even went dinner out, all perfect. When we got home, my husband would barely talk to me and this morning he said it's because he can't believe I showed my breast to my father. When I told him that he is the one who encouraged me to remove my dress, he said he didn't know I didn't have a bra, but I really can't buy this, as he surely knew it. I almost never wear a bra, and it's summer so he could clearly see I had nothing under. He also said my dad was staring at my breast, but this I also can believe, so he probably got that wrong. The storm is over now, we talked about it, but I feel so bad if my dad sees me as a disrespectful daughter or something when I simply wanted to enjoy the sun and listen to what my man said. Happy to hear your view. Thanks. I had a crush on a boy. I never told anyone, When I was 11 I had a crush on the boy next door, so I wrote him a letter saying I love watching you every day and put it inside his mailbox, but his parents thought it was a threat and called the cops. They opened a whole investigation on it.